That was certainly quite the day, wasn't it, little shrimp? But we got through it all. You did it. Jean was the last of our peers that you said you wanted to tell. And he seemed to react very positively to everything, just like most everyone else. That's something to be happy about. How are you feeling, though? Tired? I thought so. Although it was certainly very fun to see you expressing yourself so freely and receiving so many positive reactions and so much support. It certainly does get a bit tiring, running around trying to track people down and then talking to them and carrying around all of that stress. It must be exhausting. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Little shrimp, you should know better. How long have we been together now? Exactly. And that's quite a while. And I don't mean to brag, but I am rather observant. Being so close to you has given me a chance to observe your tells. The little changes in your mood and behavior that tell me that you're stressed. I've been seeing them all day. No. It didn't seem like it was obvious to anyone except me. I noticed that you were fidgeting quite a bit. You usually do that when you're anxious about something or nervous, and you had some difficulty making eye contact with a few people. And after the conversation with Reiner, that only got worse. He was so obtuse about everything that I can't even imagine how much it must have bothered you. I know that you might not feel like it's okay to talk about this with me, but I'm your boyfriend. I love you with all of my heart. I want to support you. And I might not be able to understand exactly what you're going through. I might not be able to empathize with it as easily. But I can at least listen. I can at least be here for you and let you vent. Or if you don't want that, I can always just hold you in my arms, let you get everything out in another way. Whether you just need to hold me as tightly as you can, or even let out a few tears. I want to provide you with what you need. And I love you. But you and I are very similar in our stubbornness around dealing with our emotions in a healthy way. We both tend to hide what we're feeling if we feel like it's going to put a burden on someone else. And for your sake, I've been reading up on ways to help you get better about that. Because, especially after today, it is okay to feel stressed. Well, it isn't okay that you feel stressed. I don't like that you feel stressed, but it is an appropriate response to what you had to deal with today. Does that make sense? Yes, I sometimes realize that certain things might sound different than what I actually mean, and The point is, it isn't wrong or a burden for anyone else if you feel stressed. After the day you had, you are responding completely appropriately. After all of that anxiety, all of that frustration, all of the hassle, everything, you definitely ought to feel stressed. And that's okay. It's okay to have that reaction. I don't like that you had to deal with something stressful, but it isn't going to bother me if you tell me that you're stressed and you ask me if you can vent to me, or if I can provide you with comfort. I want to give you that. I told you that I would always support you, that I would always love you and be there for you. You've seen that I am willing to support you through everything. You thought that I wouldn't support you when you came out to me. You were worried that you would have to tell everyone else alone. But I supported you, didn't I? I helped you whenever I could, didn't I? So why would I not do the same now? You can trust that what I'm saying is the truth. So whatever you need right now, just tell me. And as long as it's within my power to provide that for you, I will. I will give you whatever you need. Just tell me. You need to vent a little? All right then. Have at it. If you want, I can even cheer you on. I mean it. That was actually something that helped Aaron. Whenever he vented, he wanted support, so I gave it to him. Do you think that you might want that? All right then. Tell me the first thing that you need to... Wow, okay, you definitely had that one ready to go, and I can certainly see why. Yes, Reiner was behaving rather strangely. It was almost like he was a different person. And that person wasn't even a person, it was just a complete jackass. He had no business treating you like that. Acting like he didn't care. It was completely inexcusable. I know. He always seemed to act like an older brother to everyone, even you. And someone who views you as family should certainly care a little bit more about what you have to say. And even if they don't understand it, even if they think it's all bullshit, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, they should at least go along with it. Oh, I would certainly agree with you on that. He spent all that time building up his muscles, and it was eating away at his brain. At least that's how it seems from his behavior. Yes, exactly. He was behaving like a stubborn rock. He doesn't even have the intelligence or the emotional capacity to be considered something that's alive. At least from how he was behaving today, and that was just... What even was that? He's supposed to be our friend, and he was behaving like that. You deserve to be treated so much better than that. I hope you realize that. You do. You do. Seriously. Seriously. You have shown everyone here nothing but kindness. Granted, I understand that you don't enjoy interacting with people. Hell, most of us don't, except for Sasha and Connie, but let's face it, they're basically still children at heart, which, good for them, but most of us don't enjoy interacting with others. At least, most of the time. But when you have to, you are so kind, you are so caring, you see everyone here as your best friend, if not your family. You treat everyone so wonderfully. I am appalled that even one of them couldn't treat you with the same kindness and the same compassion. It is absolutely horrifying. But you know what? You know what? You have so many other people who are in your corner. You have so many other people who support you and love you for who you are. And those are the people you see so often. Those are the people you interact with more often than not. Those are the people you are closest with. Those are the people who are your family. Those are the people who are going to fight alongside you to the end of their days. Those are the people who will always stand with you. Those are the people who will always love you. So, you know what? Just forget about Reiner. He is not worth your time. He is not worth another thought out of your head. He's just not worth it. If he cannot accept who you are after all these years, after all of that wasted time being friends with him, then he is not worth it. He's not. You know who is worth it? Everyone else. Everyone else who maybe they didn't understand exactly what we were explaining to them, but they supported you anyway. Like Sasha and Connie. They had no idea what we were talking about. They didn't understand any of it. But they supported you. They showed that they cared about you. And Ymir. And Mikasa offering to protect you no matter what. And Eren trying to get into a competition with Jean over who would mess up the least. Come on. I hate their rivalry sometimes, but that was pretty funny. And very, very supportive, I must say. And Hanji and Levi offering to give you all of those resources so that you could better understand how you identify. Everyone who truly matters in your life supports you. And you know what? I think that we should lean on them a little bit. I think we should put their support to good use. Well, Ymir did say that if anyone tried to say that you weren't valid, she'd kick their ass. Reiner did certainly seem to think that your identity is invalid. He seemed to brush it off as if it didn't matter. And I don't know about you, but he seems like he needs a good dose of reality. And maybe that dose of reality can be thrown into his face. So what do you say? Should we pay Ymir a little visit?